Angkor Wat, a mysterious tour of the world's largest temple. Maybe you have heard the name of Cambodia less, but this not-so-famous country has such a precious gem in it that it is impossible not to fall in love with it. Angkor Wat is the name of a collection of temples that is unlike any other temple in the world. Imagine you are walking in a vast forest, and suddenly giant towers like lotus buds appear in front of you. While behind their mysterious and moss-covered walls, they have precious treasures. Give your hand to Maze so that we can introduce you to this unique man-made wonder. Angkor Wat is a modern compound, meaning temple city. Angkor is the native form of the word nukur, which is derived from the Sanskrit word Nagara, which means capital or city, and Wat is the Khmer word for temple. This double word refers to a set of temples located in a city in the northwest of Cambodia called Angkor. This temple is the largest religious building in the world and is considered the main tourist attraction of Cambodia. In addition, it is the national emblem of that country, and its design is also printed on the Cambodian flag. These shrines were built in the early 12th century for King Suryavarmer II in Angkor to be his state temple and capital. The ruins of the city were left to themselves. Gradually, plants and trees grew around the city and made it hidden. Until, in 1850, a French agent cut his way through the dense and tropical jungle of Cambodia in order to take a shortcut while traveling to this region. To his amazement, he came across the ruins of a magnificent city, and it didn't take long for archaeologists to arrive to search and rebuild this city. The elements used in the architecture of this structure are known as Angkor Wat architectural style. Elements such as agaval arches, jagged towers that resemble lotus buds, wide passages, interior spaces that extend to the inner walls, and also cross-shaped terraces that are located along the main part of the temple. The main heart of Angkor Wat is its 65-meter-high tower, on top of which is the statue of the god Vishnu. The entrance to the tower is made of stone stairs that you have to climb one by one to enter these beautiful temples. There are also statues of guardian lions at the bottom of the stairs and the entrance. In Hinduism, the lion is known as the guardian of the abode of the gods. Experts estimate that in order to coordinate with the construction schedule of the temple, the workers had to shape and transport 300 to 400 stones of sand, weighing 300 tons per day. The issue of how the Khmer people moved these stones has been a question for 10 years. This evidence is engraved on the stones. The Khmer people used floating bridges to pass the stones and their animals across the river. These circles were actually bamboo poles twisted with rope and created the basic bridges. This bridge supported the weight of the passing army on a river full of fish. We must remember that such preparation is a very important task. If you were here 900 years ago and watched how these things were put together, we would have seen a huge army of people, elephants, ropes, and chariots that would put these stones in place. We don't know how many people lost their lives or fell from a height. We don't know the amount of casualties, but what we know is that they were building heaven on earth, and they were motivated enough to do so. Experts estimated that half of the 35 years spent on the construction of the engraver were devoted to engraving operations. According to research, these engravings were covered with gold during their peak. The evidence of unfinished carvings proves that King Suryavarman did not live long enough to see the completion of the temple, but the rest of the temple has completed its function and could receive Suryavarman's ashes after his death. There are evidences that show the burial ceremony of the king. The king was burned and his ashes were placed in a stone box. And the box was placed exactly in the middle of the central tower. And as they say, the statue of Vishnu, the king of the gods, his eyes opened and the king came back to life. Like many other civilizations that had a lot of wealth and were so sophisticated that they set goals for others, in the end, due to the inadequacy of the kings, they could not control the situation and were finally defeated by their own neighbors. In 1431, Thai soldiers invaded the city of Angkor and destroyed it. But the grandeur of this amazing structure did not diminish. In fact, Angkor Wat is a place worthy of the gods. Share this post with others. Like me, save my post so you don't miss me. Write to me? How do you feel about Angkor Wat? Thank you for listening to me. Hope to meet.